My magazine represents particular social groups through the presentation and the models used. My audience is 60% female, aged 16 to 21, 56% ABC ones. Dick Hebdige believed that youth groups could be categorised by their different tastes in clothes, music genre and places to go. He believed that these things became a lifestyle and named these preferences as subculture. The indie subculture, in terms of Dick Hebdige's theory, consists of individuals who go to gigs, listen to indie music and dress in indie fashion. Sarah Thornton suggested that certain media uses this to their advantage to target their specific audience and so influence the subculture's identity. So she suggested it was objects that helped to define a subculture. Although the subculture that my magazine aims at is the indie subculture, who are stereotypically casual, and the girls not stereotypically girly in the way they dress and act, my house style is used to represent the gender. My magazine is 60% female, and so the pink, yellow and black house style is representing this. The pink is stereotypically aiming at females, whereas yellow and black together are recognised as danger signs, which will aim at the 40% male audience, as well as contrasting well with the pink to still signify that it's a predominantly female audience. My magazine is challenging stereotypes of an indie magazine aiming at a male audience, like magazines such as NME do. Slayer aims at 16 to 24-year-olds, which is quite a large range of ages for a magazine. I represented all these age groups with the different stereotypes that you would associate with them. For example, the title of my magazine aims specifically at the older audience, as it connotes alcohol, and for 18 plus indie people this will be a big part of their life. Also, for the younger 16 plus, I included a festival guide, which 16 plus is the age where people start going to festivals and thinking about all the different places they can explore. I tried to aim at an old audience through the use of my contents page model's pose. She is posed in a way that is stereotypically recognised as Gene Simmons' pose, the lead singer from the rock band Kiss. If my audience like rock indie music, then they will recognise this and so associate with older rock bands that they might love. Also, on my front cover I have placed a cell line featuring a return of the White Stripes. The White Stripes are an older band that split up, so my older audience would be happy to see them getting back together, therefore representing the older audience and the more classic rock lovers in my audience. On my double page spread I have featured colloquial language and swearing such as bitch, which will represent my target audience, as they will stereotypically swear a lot and appreciate an artist who isn't afraid to swear, making them more relatable and rebellious. Stereotypically females don't swear as much as males, so this is challenging it, which will relate to my female audience who want to be able to do what they want without being judged. My artist represents my subculture well, as she looks like an indie rocker, as she has bright hair which is similar to the lead singer of rock group Paramore, Hayley Williams. I have also used dark makeup and vintage unique clothing to make her more indie looking. My artist then represents my audience, as this will be how they dress and how they wear their makeup. As my artist is quite unique in her attitude and style, this will represent my audience, as indie is short for individual, and so my audience will be people who are trying to be unique and individual in the world, so my artist is speaking to them and they can relate to her. Also, because she is a young female, it will represent my audience as she is in their age group, and also the 60% female audience will relate to her better than they would relate to a male. My masthead represents my female audience, as it is in the style of a lipstick on a mirror, which is in essence is quite a rebellious thing to do. But as my audience are meant to be stereotypically rebellious and up for fun, they may have done this and so will recognise this and associate it with rebellion and fun times. As a teenager, you stereotypically go through a phase where you hate everything that your parents do, and you can't stand the sight of them. On my double page spread, a quote that says, "I get to see my mom," represents my audience, as it shows that they can put on a front and have the biggest attitude, but their parents will always be there and always love them, which represents my audience well, as they are young and so probably still living with their parents. In my magazine I have used subcultural capitals to represent my audience. On the contents page I have used an album cover of an indie band, and also the magazine gives away a free festival guide. These represent my audience, as they are 56% ABC ones and so have more disposable income, which they can use on festivals and CDs. Also, festivals are stereotypically indie. My album cover connotes indie music, as it features a block shape which is full of colour. This is similar to the indie band The XX album. I have made it colourful so that it stands out, which is a connotation of an indie teenager, as they are just trying to stand out and be individual. My subscription box offers a free gift to the readers who subscribe to the magazine. This is representing my audience, as the age group they represent will love to receive free things. That's how my media product represents particular social groups.